The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for yet another time frame in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. Today's opponent will be none other than one of the worst teams in the 2022-23 season, the San Jose Sharks. Ooh, the Sharks are really going to have a beef about their opponents in the Habs for this time around here. And well, anyway, as you guys can see, the new adjustments are made up on screen with the Sharks as the visitors. The visitor goalie will be having 2 play save stars taken away and 1 shot save star taken away from the goalie. So the Sharks starting goalie will be James Reimer. He will have a 1 or a 2 with a dot play save, and a same thing with a shot save, 1 or a 2 with a dot for either play or shot. Spec save will remain the same with a decider die roll of either dot or of a dot. Michel Larocque will start in net for the Habs. And with that being said, let's get game 1 underway. Let's begin. A new hour has been reset on a fresh new 60 minutes have been set on the clock. And let's get right into it. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a penalty check right off the bat against both players in one. That is Steven Lorentz and Maury Wilson. It looks like Maury Wilson is going to go to the box, as Lorentz will move in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and the Sharks will get on the board early as the score is 1-0 in favor of the Sharks here. And as I forgot to make the changes here to the scoring here. There we go. So 1-0 lead for the Sharks, and so Lorentz scored the goal unassisted. So Lorentz will score an opening power play goal as the Sharks take it 1-0. And we will continue on in this this segment of the this first segment of the first period with another penalty check, this time between players 2 and 3, Tremblay and Hurdle. Oh, Tremblay's going to go to the box. Can the Sharks go up back-to-back? Can go back-to-back here? A 4 or 5 with a dot won't do it. 5 with a blank. Whoa, oh my goodness. The Sharks, Tomas Hurdle, will score the Sharks' second goal of the game. And how many assists? Unassisted. Oh my goodness. So back-to-back unassisted goals for the Sharks. And right away, these fans are like, what is going on here? Woo! So that's 2 down, 4 to go. We continue on in this 5th minute of the first period here. I almost said second period, whatever. With a quality check between players 4 and 3. That's Van Boxmeer and Nico Sturm. We are looking for star. Both guys have star, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 15. Home goalie must make play save, so a 4 or 5 with a dot will make the stop. It will, so nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. We got a quality check, this time between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 2, that's Kevin LeBanc. We're looking for the quality of hits. LeBanc is not going to win this one, so it's either going to be Chartra Riesborough, or Pierre Bouchard. We'll roll the red die with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like we roll a 6, and that will be Pierre Bouchard winning the quality check over Kevin LeBanc as he moves in on James Reimer, hopefully to make a 1 or 2 with a dot to make the save. Can't, and the Habs will get on the board. It's 2-1, courtesy of Pierre Bouchard. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Lafleur, and I think we'll go with Riesborough. So Bouchard from Lafleur and Riesborough will get the Habs on the board. It's 2-1 in favor of the San Jose Sharks. Penalty check between players 2 and 1. Roberts and Gregor. Ooh, both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And that, we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a quality check, this time between players, anybody on the ice for the Habs against player 4. That's Mario Ferraro. We're looking for the quality of power. Pick your poison between anybody. So we'll roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. 2, that's Mario Tremblay. Both guys have the same quality of power, and that will do it for the first period with the Sharks in the lead by a score of 2-1. We got a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 3. That's Logan Couture. We're looking for the quality of hits. To tie, we could either go with Chartra or Nyrop. I think that's what we might do. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I do want to keep that square out there just in case for Nyrop, even though I got Savard out there. So we're going to go with Chartra, as both guys have the same quality of hit. And we'll move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 51. Visitor defense player in 2, that's I think LeBanc was used earlier, so sorry about that. Instead, it'll be Fabian Zetterlund on a. So we got a home scoring chance of a 51. Visitor defense player in 2. That's Zetterlund. He stops the goal with a quality roll of hit or a square. Otherwise, it will be a game-tying goal. It looks like it will be, as Zetterlund does not have hit or a square. The Habs tie it up. Let's see who scores the goal. Excuse me. 3. Third best shot rating. So the best out there on the ice is Schutt and Lafleur. So we have a tie between Lafleur and Schutt. So the second best is going to go. The third best is going to go to Mahavlich. So Pete Mahavlich will score the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out in the play. It'll be Lafleur and Schutt. We'll go with the Lafleur and Schutt scoring on the assist for Pete Mahavlich game-tying goal here in this one against the San Jose Sharks. We got a quality check, this time between players 3 and 1. That's Jacques Lemaire against Yona Gajovic. I think that if I'm saying that right. We're looking for the quality of skill. It looks like Jacques Lemaire is going to win that one, as he does have skill. So he's moving in on Reimer, hopefully to make a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. And a 1 with a dot will do it, as James Reimer keeps his team in this ball game here. And we move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 22. Home goalie must make shot saves, so one or two will do so for Michel Larocque. Nope, and the Sharks will extend their lead. It's 3-2. Let's see who scored the goal. 9, second best shot rating. The best out there is Erik Karlsson. The second best will go to Tomas Hertl. So Hertl will score the goal, and 1 assist will be handed out on the play. So how about it? Erik Karlsson will assist Tomas Hertl on the 3-2 go-ahead goal here for now, as the Sharks lead it 3-2. As we continue on in this portion of the segment with a quality check between players 3 and 1, that's Riesborough and Steven Lorentz. Oh, excuse me. We are looking for Smart. It looks like both guys do not have Smart, and that is going to be it for that segment here in this second period, with the Sharks on top 3-2 as we head to the 20th minute of the second period. Quality check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against Noah Gregor. We're looking for Smart. To take the jump on him, it's either going to be Wilson, Roberts, Mahavlich, or Savard, or they could either tie it. At this point, the Habs really want to tie this ball game up, so I think they're going to go for it. We're going to go right across from them with Maury Wilson. So as he does have Smart, so it looks like he will move in on James Reimer, hopefully to make a 1 or 2 with a dot to make the stop. Nope, the game is tied courtesy of Maury Wilson, and the assists are going to be going to two players here with Mahavlich, and let's go with Savard. So Wilson from Mahavlich and Savard are your scoring tally for the game-tying goal here in this second period as we continue on in this portion of the segment with a penalty check between players 1 and 3. That's Rick Chartraw against Nico Sturm. Ooh, Rick Chartraw, get your butt in the box, bro. As Nico Sturm will move in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he does so, and we will go to the third period all knotted up at 3 goals apiece here in game 1 of this time frame. We got a penalty check to begin the third period with a between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Sharks. Excuse me. It looks like we could either tie or the Sharks will go on the power play. I think we're probably going to tie. So it's really simple enough to tie and not really let the Sharks, the Habs go on the power play. So it's either Zetterlund, Couture, or Vlasic. I do want to keep one of those symbols. I do want to keep those symbols out there. So we're going to go with Fabian Zetterlund, as both guys, Van Boxmeer and Zetterlund, both had the same penalty rating of 0. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Penalty check again, this time between players 4 and 3, Savard and Couture. Oh, Serge Savard is going to head off to the box as Logan Couture has a penalty rating of 0 as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to stop the attempt. And he will do so. Keep this game tied up right where it's at 3 apiece here in game 1 of this time frame. Quality check between players 5 and 2. That's Nyrop and Barabanov, I think that's if I'm saying that right. We are looking for the quality of hit. It looks like Nairop wins that one as he does have hit printed on his card as he moves in on James Reimer, hopefully to make hopefully to make a 1 or 2 of the dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Montreal Canadiens will take their first lead of the game. It's 4-3, courtesy of Bill Nairop. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Lemaire and Steve Shutt will assist Bill Nairop on the go-ahead goal for the Habs. But as you know, as they always say, this lead is not safe. Here, as the Habs crawl back from 2 goals down to tie it up at 2, to all of a sudden to a 4-3 lead, and we continue on with a visitor scoring chance of a 45. Any visitor player with a power play circle star creates a power play goal. Yes, Tomas Hertl does have the quality as Barber. Oh, not yeah, I can't speak. Sorry. As the player in 2 for San Jose was used. Tomas Hertl does have the power play circle star, so he's going to be moving in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to score a power play goal. And he will be denied as this game stays right where it's at of 4-3 in favor of the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. We got a quality check, this time between both players in 2. We're looking for the quality of star. Neither player has star, and we are going to go to the empty net mini chart for the first time in a while. And let's see what happens here. 12. Leading team goalie must make shot save. Okay, so Michel Larocque needs to make a shot save. 1 or 2, or otherwise we are going to go to overtime. He does. The game is over. Stop the clock. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. What a game. What a nail-biter of a game. The Sharks really had their chances here to score, but too little, too late, as they could not hold on to a 3-2 lead. They gave up. They coughed up the lead late in the early in the third. The Habs tied it up at 3 to allow them to score the go-ahead goal and win Game 1 by a final score of 4-3. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary for Game 1, and stay tuned for Game 2 coming up on my to be posted up on my channel very soon. But if you're watching this in the full-time playlist on my channel, that will be coming up very shortly. And as always, every game summary is presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to always drink responsibly. As always, with Bitty Beer, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 2 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 22-23 San Jose Sharks. As you can see, the Habs lead the Sharks by 1-0. And of course, the adjustments have been made for the Habs. It's going to be a +2 for play save, so it's going to be an automatic play save for Ken Dryden. But it's going to be a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make a shot save for the Montreal Canadiens. Capo Kakinen will be the starting netminder for the Sharks here in Game 2 of this time frame matchup. And with that being said, let's get right into game two. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a quality check between between players 4 and 3. That's Vlasic against Reesboro. We are looking for star. Neither player has star to begin this hockey game here at the Shark Tank in San Jose, California. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Sharks against player 2 for with Tremblay. Well, either way, Mario Tremblay is going to go to the box. So let's see, who do we want to take a shot at? Well, either way, it's going to be a play save for Ken Dryden, no matter what I roll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. 6 is a reroll. It'll be Matt Benning. So Matt Benning will move in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make the play save, which in this case he will, so no need for me to roll the die. Because you can't go any higher than 6. So it's going to be an automatic play save either way. We just needed to figure out who would be the one to challenge for the penalty. And in this case, it was Matt Benning. So in this case, it would be an automatic play save either way. We go moving on to a visitor scoring chance of a 12. Home goalie must make play save. So Kakkonen needs to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot. 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the save. Can't and the Montreal Canadiens get on the board. It's 1-0. Let's see who scored the goal. 8. Player with the best shot rating. That is Mr. Guy Lafleur. Guy Lafleur will score the goal. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. How about it? Mahavlich and Van Boxmeer. So it'll be Lafleur from Mahavlich and Van Boxmeer to assist Guy Lafleur on the ice-breaking tally here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 25. Choice home player rolls for a goal using assist stars +2. You bet your butt I'm giving that to Erik Karlsson, as he needs to roll a 5 or a 6 with a dot to score the game-tying goal. Oh, and 6 with a blank will not do so, as remember, it's a 5 or a 6 with a dot. Ken Dryden will make the stop to keep the score right where it's at of 1-0 Habs. Home scoring chance of a 64. Home defense stop breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make spec save. So the spec save is not affected, so it's going to be a 1 or a 2 to make the stop. Can't, and the Sharks get on the board. It's tied up at 1. Let's see who scored the goal. 3. Third best shot rating. So right now we have a tie out there. We have a 3-way tie out there on the ice with Gregor, Zetterlund, and Sturm. So it's down between Benning and Ferraro. Excuse me. I do want to keep at least the square out there. So we're going to go with Mario Ferraro scoring the goal. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. So I do want to keep that square out there, so it'll go to Zetterlund. So Ferraro from Zetterlund will tie things up here for the Sharks, as it is a 1-1 tie as we head to the next portion of this segment. Quality check between players 3 and 1. That's Sturm and Wilson. We're looking for the quality of skill. Wilson is going to win that one, as he does have skill, as he's going to be moving in on Capo Kakkonen to hopefully make a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the save. He can't, and the Habs will extend their lead to a 2-1 lead here, courtesy of Maury Wilson. And let's see how many assists on the play. 2. It looks like we're going to go with Lemaire and Savard. Yes, and Savard. So Jacques Lemaire will assist Serge Savard on the penalty, or excuse me, not on the penalty, on the goal by Maury Wilson. And it's a 2-1 lead. 2 goals have been scored, 4 more to go. Penalty check between players 2 and 4. That's Barabanov and Van Boxmeer. It looks like Barabanov is going to go to the box as John Van Boxmeer is going to go to, is going to move in on Capo Kakinen, hopefully to make it 2 or 3 with a dot to do so. Can't, and Van Boxmeer will score the goal. It is a 3-1 lead now for the Habs. Van Boxmeer will score the goal. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Riesborough and Roberts will assist Van Boxmeer on the goal. And it is a power play goal. We continue on here in this segment with 3 goals down, 3 more to go. Home scoring chance of an 11. Visitor goalie must make play save. Well, either way, it's going to be an automatic play save, and that will end the first period here at the Shark Tank with the score. The Habs 3 and the Sharks 1. Visitor scoring chance of a 41 to begin this second period. Visitor player in 4, that is Savard. He creates a goal with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. Although he doesn't have a triangle, he does have skill, so he's going to be moving in on Kakinen, hopefully to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. Capo Kakinen will keep this game right where it's at, of a 3-1 lead. Here in this one as we move on to the next segment. Quality check. We got a contenders between 3 and 1. That's Sturm and Chartraw. We're looking for the quality of hits. It looks like Rick Chartraw is going to win that battle between Nico Sturm for hits as he moves in on Capo Kakinen, hopefully to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. No, he can't, and the Habs will extend their lead. It's 4-1, courtesy of Rick Chartraw. Let's see how many assists will be handed out in the play. No assist. It'll be unassisted by Rick Chartraw. And immediately, I do believe the Sharks will call their timeout here as we get set for this, as the coach calls in his players. And we do want to remind everyone that every game summary in this project is presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to always drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. Penalty check between players, both players in 2, Tremblay and LeBanc. It looks like Tremblay is going to go to the box, as Kevin LeBanc will move in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make the play save. And either way, it will be an automatic play save because of the +2 play save stars. Can't go any higher than a 6, so no matter which number I roll, it will be a play save. And that will do it for the segment here in this second period. Home scoring chance of a 32. Choice home player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. You bet your butt I'm giving that to Logan Couture, as he has 2 shot stars. +2 will make 4. So 1, 2, 3, or 4 will score the goal for the Sharks. Nope, Ken Dryden will save it. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a quality check between players 1 and 2. Gregor against Lafleur. We're looking for speed. Ooh, Guy Lafleur is going to win that one, as he does have speed, as he moves in on Capo Kakinen, hopefully to make the save with a 2 or 3 with a dot to do so. Can't, and the Habs will extend their lead. It's 5-1, courtesy of Guy Lafleur. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Mahavlich and Shutt will be the assist takers on the Guy Lafleur 5-1 goal. And the head coach of the Sharks has seen enough of Capo Kakinen. He wants to keep this game right where it's at for his team to come back in this one, which I doubt it. Because the Sharks were really one of the worst, other than the Blackhawks during the 22-23 season. The Sharks were one of the worst teams from 22-23. So James Reimer will be in net as the Sharks will make a goaltending change, and we will stay put right here in this 20-minute segment with a penalty check between players 4 and 5. Vlasic and Bouchard. It looks like Bouchard's going to go to the box, as Marc-Edouard Vlasic will move in on Ken Dryden, which, of course, will be an automatic play save, because no matter what I roll, 1 through 6, it will be an automatic play save. So with that being said, the second period comes to a close. The Habs extend their lead to a 5-1 score. As we move to the third period, which will begin with a penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Sharks against player number 4 for the Habs. I think they will tie, and the only player out there with a 0 penalty rating is Fabian Zetterlund. So he will tie John Van Boxmeer with the same penalty rating, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 12. Visitor goalie must make play save. Again, it will be an automatic play save, so nobody flips, so we will move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance of a 42. Any home player with a triangle creates a goal. Yes, we have takers. Barabanov and Hurdle are your takers. I do believe we will keep that power play circle out there for Hurdle. So we're going to give it to Barabanov to hopefully sneak in with as Ken Dryden hopefully needs to make the play save, which he will do so automatically. As the Sharks attempt to extend their lead goes for naught, and we will move on to the next segment. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 61. Any home player with a triangle stops a visitor goal. Otherwise, it will be a goal. Matt Benning does have a hollow square. Let's see if he does have that square. He does. And he does so. Matt Benning has does have the square, and that is going to be it, folks. Stop the clock. Oh man, that was a rough, tough match here to have to play out here in Game 2 of this time frame. But the Habs will extend their time frame lead, as they will go up 2-0 in this time frame, winning Game 2 by a final score of 5-1 over the 22-23 San Jose Sharks. With that being said, stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary coming up next. For those of you tuning in to the full play version, the full time frame of this, Game 3 will be coming of this time frame. Game 3 will be coming up next. For those of you watching on single play, on the single game playlist, that game will be coming up very shortly here on my channel. With that being said, Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, your final score for Game 2. The Habs extend their time frame lead to a 2 games to none time frame lead, winning 5-1 over the 22-23 San Jose Sharks. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary coming up next. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. And please remember to always, if you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. Yeah, and welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 3 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 22-23 San Jose Sharks. Currently, the Habs lead this time frame, winning 2 games to none. The Sharks really need to get on the board here if they want to continue, if they want to have to make this time frame really interesting. But with that being said, your starting netminders remain the same as at the end of last game. James Reimer will be in net as he has a needs to make a 1 or 2 to make the play save, and a 1 or 2 same with the shot save, a 1 or a 2 with a dot. Ken Dryden will start in net for the Habs as we get set for Game 3 here at the Forum in Montreal. And with that being said, with 31 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock, will the clock operator please start the clock? We're going to begin right away with a penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 3. That's Tomas Hertl. It looks like you're not going to get too much out of this. We're going to go right across from him with Jacques Lemaire, as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Another penalty check, this time between players 1 and 3, that's Sturm and Wilson. Again, both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check, we got takers between Reesboro and LeBanc. We're looking for the quality of hits. It looks like Reesboro is going to win that one, as he does have hits, as he moves in on James Reimer, hopefully to make a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the stop. And he does so. James Reimer is standing on his heels for that one, as he keeps this game scoreless and wows the fans here at the Forum in Montreal. We got a quality check between players 5. That's Nyrop against anybody on the ice. For the Sharks, we are looking for the quality of Star. Well, the only guy out there for the Sharks with Star is Carlson, and it looks like Erik Karlsson is going to win that one, as Bill Nyrop does not have Star, so he's going to move in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. And he does so, and that's going to do it for this first period here at the Forum, with your score of a zip-to-zip tie through 20 minutes in the books. Visitor scoring chance of a 24. Home goalie must make spec saves, so 1 or 2 will do so for Ken Dryden. It won't, and the Habs will, not the Habs, the Sharks, I should say, will get on the board early. It's 1-0 here in the second period. Let's see who scored the goal. 8. Player with the best shot rating. That's going to go to Logan Couture, and 2 assists will be handed out in the play. Zetterlund and Benning will be the assist takers on Logan Couture's ice-breaking goal. here in this one, as it is a 1-0 lead for the San Jose Sharks, who look to get on the time frame winning, to get on their time frame, a win here in this time frame here to make this an interesting time frame heading into Game 4. Penalty check between players 3 and 5. That's Mahovlich and Carlson. Both guys have the same penalty rating, and if you want to get a guy off the ice with this much power, Erik Karlsson is that guy. And we move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 24. Home goalie must make spec save. So 1 or 2 will do so. It won't. The Sharks will extend their lead. It's 2-0. Let's see who scores the goal. 12. All right, so we're going to roll a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. It'll be Matt Benning scoring the goal, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. So it will be Hertl and Barabanov assisting Matt Benning on the 2-0 goal here for the Sharks. Quality check between players 3 and 5. That's Lemaire and Carlson. We're looking for the quality of skill. Both players have skill. And once again, the Habs do their job of keeping Carlson as far away from any chances of scoring in this game right then and there. We move on to the next segment. Visitor scoring chance of a 34. Visitor player in 1, that is Noah Gregor. He creates a goal with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. He does not have skill and he does not have a triangle, so that is going to go down as a no action segment. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 61. Any visitor player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Oh, we got contenders with Ferraro or Matt Benning. I do want to keep that square out there just in case, that hollow square out there just in case if Benning has it. So we're going to go with Ferraro to put a stop to the Habs scoring ways here. And we will move on to the third period with the score. The Sharks lead 2-0. Penalty check to begin. We got a penalty check to begin the third period between Bouchard and LeBanc. 0.5 to 0.5. Yes, both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 21. Home goalie must make shot saves. So a 1 or a 2 with a dot. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Home goalie must make visitor scoring. Yes, 21. Home goalie must make shot saves. So it's either going to be a 2. So Ken Dryden needs to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and and the Sharks will extend their lead. It's 3-0. Let's see who scored the goal. 6. Player with the best shot rating. So right now that is going to go to Nico Sturm. Nico Sturm will score the goal. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. So Zetterlund and Benning will assist Nico Sturm on the 3-0 lead for the Sharks. And it looks like if the score holds, the Sharks will get their first win of this time frame. Quality check between players 1 and 3. That's Chartraw and Couture. We're looking for the quality of smart. Neither player has smart. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between players 5 and 3. That's Hurdle and Naira. We're looking for the quality of power. Both guys have power, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between players 3 and 1. Riesborough and Gadjevich. We're looking for the quality of speed. It looks like Riesborough is going to win that one to deny the shutout of James Reimer. We need to score anything but a 1 or a 2 with a dot, which it will do so. Riesborough will snap the shutout of James Reimer as the Habs get on the board. As it is 3-1, let's see how many assists will be handed out on the play. 2. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Shut and Savard will assist Riesborough on the shutout denying goal. And penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against Sturm was, I believe he was used. Yeah, I think he was. We'll say I think he was used. But it will be a penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against Logan Couture. I think they are going to. They may tie it unless they want to go. Unless they want to go on the power play. We tie. And it looks like the Sharks are going to go on the power play as Pete Mahovlich or Jimmy Roberts or Pierre Bouchard or Maury Wilson's going to go to the box. So 1, 2, 3, or 5, 4 or 6 will be a reroll. It looks like Pete Mahovlich is going to go to the box, and as Logan Couture will move in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He does so. That will do it. Stop the clock. Oh, man, what a game that was. The Sharks will indeed score a win here in this one. Will score a win in this time frame, but unfortunately, the Habs will still lead this time frame by a 2-1 time frame lead heading in to Game 4. So once again, stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you are watching on the full play, on the full time frame playlist, Game 4 is coming up next. But if you are watching this on the single game playlist, Game 4 will be up on my channel coming up very shortly. So with that being said, your final score here for Game 3, the Sharks will get their first win of the time frame, winning it 3-1 over the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer game summary presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. As always, with Bitty Beer, if you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has great taste. It has a big taste. At a bitty price, it's Bitty Beer. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 4 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 22-23 San Jose Sharks. As you can see, the Habs currently lead this time frame by winning 2-1. The Sharks got on the board in this time frame to somehow make this time frame a little bit more interesting. As we march into Game 4, the adjustments have been made as Montreal is the visiting team. Michel Larocque, either way, is going to make an automatic play save and will have 3 shot stars to his credit. as well as the 3 spec save stars added as well. With that being said, James Reimer will still be a net for the Sharks, as he has a 3 or 4 with a dot on the play save, a 2 or 3 with a dot on the shot save, and rolling of the decider die for the spec save. Either with a dot he has it, blank he doesn't. With that being said, with 21 minutes and 1 second left on the clock, let's get right into game 4. Will the clock operator please start the clock? We're going to begin with a penalty check between both players in 4, as both guys have the same penalty rating, and the ref says play on, but if I catch any of you doing it again, you guys are going to the sin bin. Penalty check between both players in 5, as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and that's going to do it for this segment of the first period, as back-to-back penalties go for naught as we move on to the next segment. Quality check between Matt Benning and anybody on the ice for the Habs. We're looking for star. Well, Matt Benning is not going to win this one, as either way, it's going to be Savard or Lemaire winning that one. I think we're going to go with Savard on this one. So, as he does have stars, he moves in on James Reimer, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. And he will do so to keep this game right where it's at, of a scoreless tie through the first 15 minutes of this of game 4. Visitor scoring chance of a 66. Oh, and choice home player scores a goal. So it looks like we're gonna roll the die. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. 3, that's Tomas Hertl. So Hertl will score the goal, as it is not in the Habs' favor, but it is a 1-0 lead for the Sharks. There we go. Hertl will score the goal. Let's see how many assists will be handed out in the play. 1 assist. I'm going to give it to Erik Karlsson. So it'll be Hertl from Karlsson, and the Sharks will lead off the game with a score of 1-0. Quality check between player 5, that's Benning, and player 2, that's Roberts. We're looking for hit. Neither player has hit, and that's going to do it for the first period here at the Shark Tank, with the Sharks in front by a score of 1-0. Visitor scoring chance of a 31. Choice visitor player rolls for a goal using shot stars +2. Well, you better believe I'm going to give that to Jacques Lemaire, as he does need to roll a 3 or a 4 with a dot to score the goal. 4 with a dot will do so. Lemaire will tie things up at 1 apiece, as he will score the goal for the Habs to tie things up. Let's see who assisted him on the play. 2 assists. It will be going to Tremblay, and how about it with Van Boxmeer? So Lemaire from Tremblay and Van Boxmeer will be the tally. Will be the game tying tally for the Habs. Home scoring chance of a 43. Any home player with a triangle creates a goal. We do got contenders, but I'm going to give it to Karlsson, as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make the play save. And either way, it will be an automatic play save. So no matter what I roll, it's the max is you can't go higher than a 6. So it will be an automatic play save, and the game remains tied at 1 apiece. Quality check between players 2 and 3. That's Barabanov and Riesborough. We're looking for power. It looks like Riesborough is going to win that one as he does have power as he moves in on James Reimer, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. Can't, and the Habs will take the lead. It's 2-1, courtesy of Doug Riesborough. And let's find out who assisted him on the play. To assist, I should say, Lafleur and Savard will be the assist takers on the Doug Riesborough goal. And we'll stay put right here in this segment with a penalty check between players 4 and 2. That's Ferraro and Roberts. Both guys have the same penalty rating, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Penalty check again, this time it'll be between players 1 and 4. That is Jonah Gadjovic, I should say, and John Van Boxmeer. It looks like, Gadjovic is going to go to the box as John Van Boxmeer is going to move in on Reimer, who needs to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. Keeping the game right where it's at. Reimer is standing on his shoulders left and right as we move on to the next segment. We got a quality check between players 1 and 2, Tremblay and Steven Lorentz. We're looking for speed. It looks like Tremblay is going to win that one as he does have speed. So either way, he will move it. So Tremblay will move in on Reimer, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. He will do so. Mario Tremblay is denied, and we are going to go to the third period with the Habs in front by a score of 2-1. Quality check beginning this third period here at the Shark Tank between players 3 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. We are looking for the quality roll of Star. Sturm is not going to win this one as he will be looking at either a loss from Lafleur, Mahavlich, or Savard. I do want to keep that power play circle star out there, plus the triangle, not the triangle, the square. But we're going to go with Pete Mahavlich. So Pete Mahavlich is going to win that one as he moves in on James Reimer, hopefully to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. James Reimer keeping the Sharks in this game down by a goal to hopefully tie up this series heading in to Game 5. Quality check between players 3 and 4. That's Couture and Savard. We're looking for hit. It looks like Couture is going to win that one as he does have hit. And of course, it will be an automatic play save for Michel Larocque as with the +2 adjustment to his play save, it will result in an automatic play save for Michel Larocque off of Logan Couture. Penalty check between players 3 and 4, Hertl and Van Boxmeer. It looks like Hertl's going to go to the box as John Van Boxmeer will move in on James Reimer, hopefully to score a power play goal. A 3 or 4 with a dot will do so. 4 with a dot will save it as John Van Boxmeer is denied, and the game is still within reach for the Sharks, just down by 1 goal. Quality check between players 2 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. Barabanov will be the lucky contestant for the Sharks to go at it with anyone in the ice for the sorry, not for the Sharks, but for the Habs with hit. The only guy out there on the ice with hit is Bill Nyrop, so he's going to win that battle over Barabanov. So, and to send this game to the empty net mini chart, James Reimer needs to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to save the goal. Otherwise, this game will possibly this game will continue into this next portion of this segment. He will make, and it looks like Reimer will make the save, and we are off to the empty net mini chart. Seven, leading team scores an empty net goal. And that is going to be it. Stop the clock. Oh, man. The Habs score an empty net goal as the Sharks could not catch up to that speeding puck rushing down the ice and into the back of the net for a 3-1 lead and a 3-1 time frame lead heading into Game 5. Man, oh man, that is such a stinger if you are a Sharks fan. But what can you expect from one of the worst teams in NHL history with the San Jose Sharks from 22-23? It is what it is. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in to Game 4 of this time frame matchup. If you are watching this game on the full-length time frame playlist, Game 5 is coming up next. But for those of you watching on the single game time frame playlist, Game 5 will be posted very shortly on my channel. So with that being said, stay tuned for the Game 4 Biddy Beer game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to always drink responsibly. As always, with Biddy Beer, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. Once again, the final score here for Game 4. The Habs extend their time frame lead to a 3-1 lead by winning Game 4 by a final score of 3-1. And welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 5 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 22-23 San Jose Sharks. With 10 minutes and 51 seconds left in this time frame, this probably will be the final game of this time frame. And by doing so, the Habs will extend their time frame winning ways to a total of 12 wins, 2 losses, of 12 time frame wins, 2 time frame losses, and 1 time frame tie. So with that being said, the San Jose Sharks were a great opponent, but somehow it wasn't enough for the Sharks to tackle. They still kept, I would say they still kept fighting, but it was all meant for naught, as the Sharks did get a participation award, even though they were the worst team in the 22-23 season besides the Blackhawks that year. So with that being said, Capo Kakinen will be the starting netminder for the Sharks, as we will need to roll the decider die to determine if he made the play save or not. And the shot save will go to a 2 to need a roll of 1 or a 2 and spec save will remain the same at a 1. For the Habs, Michel Larocque will be in net with as usual as you see with a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, a 2 on the shot save, and a 3 on the spec save. With that being said, let's get right into Game 5. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a quality check between players 1 and 5. That's Wilson and Benning. We are looking for power. It looks like Matt Benning is going to win that one, as he does have power as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a play save with a 4 or 5 with a dot to do so. And he will do so, as Matt Benning is denied a goal here early on in the first period of Game 5. Visitor scoring chance of a 36. Visitor player in 3, that is Nico Sturm. He creates a goal with a quality roll of smart or a triangle. Nico Sturm does not have a triangle, and he does not have smart, so that is going to end up being a no action result, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between anybody on the ice for both the Sharks and the Habs. So whenever this pops up, I look at the home side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. So Rick Chartraw will go at it against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, that is Mark-Edward Vlasic. So Chartraw against Vlasic, we're looking for skill. Neither player has skill, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Penalty check between players 5 and 4. That's Bouchard against Ferraro. Both guys have the same penalty rating as both guys. Both guys with the same penalty rating. As the first period comes to an end, and after 20 minutes in the books, we don't have a single goal being scored, as it is all knotted up at 0 apiece. We begin the second period with a visitor scoring chance of a 14. Home goalie must make play saves, so a 4 or 5 with a dot will do so for Michel Larocque. It does, nobody flips, and we move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 3 and 5. So Lemaire against Erik Karlsson. We are looking for the quality of speed. Both guys have speed, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between players 1 and 3. That is Shutt against Couture. We're looking for the quality of smart. Steve Shutt's going to win that one, as he does have smart. So he's moving in on Capo Kakinen to hopefully roll the decider die to make sure to see if he did make the play save. He did, and he doesn't. The Habs get on the board. Steve Shutt will score the goal. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Lafleur will be one of them. And how about it? Bill Nyrop. So Shutt from Lafleur and Nyrop will... Oh, excuse me. Sorry, not Nyrop. Riesborough. So it'll be Shutt from Lafleur and Riesborough is your ice-breaking goal scoring summary, as the Habs lead it 1-0 here in the 15th minute of the second period. Penalty check between Vlasic needs to flip. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs, and it will go against Noah Gregor. Well, either way, pick your poison. We're going to probably go right across from him with Maury Wilson, as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5 And that's going to do it for this segment here in the second period with the Habs in front, 1-0. Penalty check between players 2 and 4. That's Roberts and Ferraro. Both guys had the same penalty rating of 0.5. And we will move on to the third period with the Habs in front, 1-0 over the 22-23 San Jose Sharks. Penalty check. Oh my God, that's back to back to back. Wow. I just noticed that. Wow. Penalty check between players 3 and 2. That's Mahavlich and LeBanc. Both guys have the same penalty rating. The ref says play on, but if I catch you doing something stupid, you're going to the box. We got a home scoring chance of a 51, and it reads, visitor defense player in 2, that's Fabian Zetterlund. He stops a goal with a quality roll of star or a square. Otherwise, it will be a goal. Unfortunately for Mr. Zetterlund, he does not have star and he does not have a square, so Montreal will extend their lead. It's 2-1. It'll be 2-0 in favor of the Habs. Let's see who scored the goal. Yeah, let's see who scored the goal. 7. That's player of the best shot rating. It looks like Jacques Lemaire will score the goal. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. This time it'll be okay, so Lemaire from Tremblay and Naira. I do want to at least keep one square out there, so we will do so right then and there. Quality check between players 4 and 2. Savard and Zetterlund was unfortunately used for the scoring chance check. It'll be Savard against Barabanov. We're looking for the quality roll of speed. It looks like Barabanov is going to win that one, as he does have speed, as he moves in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to stop Barabanov from screening the puck back towards the back of the net. And he does so. Michel Larocque will save the shot from Barabanov to keep it at a 2-0 lead for the Montreal Canadiens. Quality check between players 3 and anybody on the ice for the Sharks. It looks like we're looking for the quality of skill. So Riesborough is not going to win this one. The only 2 guys out there on the ice for the Sharks are Couture and Benning with skill. I think we're going to go right across from him with Couture, as he will win that quality check battle with Riesborough, as he does have skill, as Couture will move in on Michel Larocque, hopefully to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the save. And he will do so. So 2-0 is our score heading in to the final segment of this one here. Home scoring chance of a 13. Visitor goalie must make play saves, so it's either a dot, he has it, blank, he doesn't. And he does stop the clock. So it looks like I didn't think this one through. There will actually be a game 6 after all. But either way, the Habs will extend their time frame victory. Will still extend their time frame winning totals to 12, 2, and 1, where Team NHL will be 2, 12, and 1 heading in to game 6. Once again, your final score here for game 5, the Habs win it via a shootout. Win it via a shutout by a final score of 2-0. If you're watching this on the full time frame, playlist, game 6 will be coming up next, right after the Biddy Bear game summary. But for those of you tuning in on the single game playlist. Game 6 will be popping up on the playlist, or if you're watching this in the future, it'll already be up there on the playlist. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. And once again, your final score here for Game 5. With 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, there will be a Game 6 as we will play out the rest of this 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, with the Habs winning it 2-0 over the 22-23 San Jose Sharks. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 6 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 22-23 San Jose Sharks. With 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, we will play out this game, but once the clock hits 0, there's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Once the clock hits 0, we will finish out the game. When I say stop the clock, we will add on. I will be looking at the time where the clock hits 0 until the time when I say stop the clock, and we'll add those add the length of time onto the 2 minutes and 20 seconds that we have that were already played out during this game onto the total time for Game 6. With that being said, Ken Dryden is in net for the Montreal Canadiens, and James Reimer will be in net for the San Jose Sharks. With that being said, let's get right into Game 6. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And let's begin with a quality check between players 5 and 1. That's Benning and Chartraw. We're looking for the quality of star. Neither player has star, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Penalty check between players 3 and 2. Between players 1 and 2, I should say. That's Yona Gadjevich against Guy Lafleur. It looks like Gadjevich is going to go to the penalty box as Guy Lafleur will move in on James Reimer, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the save, which he will do so. Guy Lafleur is stopped by James Reimer as he keeps the game right where it's at, of a scoreless tie. We got a quality check, this time between LeBanc and John Van Boxmeer. We're looking for the quality of smart. Neither LeBanc or Van Boxmeer have smart. So we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 24. Visitor goalie must make spec save. So either a 1 or a 2 will do so for Ken Dryden. And he does so nobody flips, and we will move to the second period, as after 20 minutes, we are held scoreless through 20 minutes of play. Visitor scoring chance of a 23. Home goalie must make spec save. So James Reimer, dot, he has the dot, he makes the save, blank, he doesn't. He doesn't, and the Habs will get on the board. It's 1-0. Let's see who scored the goal. 5. Choice players. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. Reroll. 4. That's Serge Savard, who will score the goal for the Habs. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. I think I'm going to go with Shutt. I may regret this, but I'm going to go with Shutt. So Savard from Steve Shutt will be your ice-breaking goal-scoring summary here in this first segment of the second period. Quality check, this time we got contestants between Vlasic and anybody on the ice for the Habs. We're looking for the quality of speed. Between Van Boxmeer and Wilson, pick your poison, because Vlasic is not going to win this one. I think we'll go with Maury Wilson. Maury Wilson will win that battle with Vlasic, as Wilson will move in on the goalie, James Reimer, who needs to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. And he does so. Maury Wilson is halted by James Reimer, as Reimer keeps this game within a goal for the Sharks to come back in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 45. Any visitor player with a power play circle star creates a power play goal. Oh, man, we don't have one out there, as Shutt was used, and I should have used Mahavlich. That's on me. So, with that being said, it will become a no-action result, and we will move on to the next segment. Nobody flips. Penalty check between players 3 and 2. That's Hurdle and Roberts. Both guys have the same penalty rating, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 35. It reads, visitor player in 2, that's Mario Tremblay. He creates a goal with a quality roll of power or a triangle. Although he does not have a triangle, he does have power. So he's going to move in on James Reimer, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the save, which he will do so. Mario Tremblay is stopped by James Reimer, as this game remains remains 1-0 in favor of the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens as we head to the third period. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Sharks against player 2. That's Guy Lafleur. The Sharks really do want to get on the board here, so that's going to be a toughie. Dot, we tie. And the Sharks are going to go on the power play, so Guy Lafleur is going to go to the box. So between Lorentz and Fabian Zetterlund, dot, it will be Lorentz. And it will be Lorentz. So he will move in on Ken Dryden, which unfortunately will be an automatic play save because of the +2 adjustment to the play save. So the power play goes for naught, as it will be an automatic play save for Ken Dryden. Quality check between both players in 1. That's Chartraw and Gregor. We're looking for star. Neither player has star, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Penalty check between players 4 and 1. That is Ferraro and Shutt. And it looks like both guys have the same penalty rating, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between players 4 and 5. That's Vlasic and Bouchard. And we're looking for the quality of speed. Neither player has speed, and we are going to go to the empty net mini chart, as this game is within 1 goal. So let's see what happens here. 6. The game is over. Stop the clock. Oh boy. The Habs will win this time frame, winning 5-1 over the 22-23 San Jose Sharks. and will take Game 6 by a final score of 1-0 as Ken Dryden um, makes a shutout victory. So once again, thank you for tuning in to this game, tuning in to Game 6 of this time frame matchup. Stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary, as well as the time frame summary, also presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. And stay tuned for the next team to be spun on the wheel to see who will play the 76-77 Habs coming up next in this Gauntlet Challenge project. Once again, the final score here for Game 6, the Habs win the time frame 5-1 by a final score, and take Game 6 by a final score of 1-0. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2022-23 San Jose Sharks. We look forward to bringing you future time frame matchups throughout the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season whenever games are being played. Well, it's that time once again where we figure out and see who will play the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens next in this Gauntlet Challenge project. We have seen so many good time frame matchups, but hopefully we will have a better opponent coming up here pretty soon. But let's see, enough chit-chatting and get down to business and see who will face off against the Habs next in this project. Please direct your attention to the Biddy Beer Team Selector Wheel presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. As always, if you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please do drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. The 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings are going to be the next opponent for the 76-77 Habs. Boy, am I excited for this. Am I excited for this. So between the Red Wings and the Habs, who's going to be the home team to start out time frame number 16? Please direct your attention to the Doc Cola home team selector wheel presented by Doc Cola, the official cola drink of the Play Games community and of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge project. Oh, the 2011-2012 Detroit Red Wings are going to be the home team to start out time frame number, see here if I'm getting this math right, 16. Time frame number 16. So again, I hope you guys, I am really going to be let me just say this. I'm really excited for this next matchup between the 2011-2012 Red Wings and the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. Well, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's time frame matchup between the 22-23 San Jose Sharks and the 1976-77 Habs. If you like what you saw here on my channel, as well as on my channel, please do consider leaving a like on the video, as well as a subscription will help. And if you like to get notified of future content, please do consider subscribing and turning on that notifications bell so that way you don't miss out on any new time frame matchups here on the channel, as well as in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's matchup, and we look forward to seeing you next time right here on the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge project. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's matchup, and as always, have a great rest of your day.